Hey, happy lunchtime and welcome to the Digital Weather Desk on this Veterans Day. The Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank. And happy Veterans Day to folks as you go out and about for outdoor festivities and events and commemorations and things of that nature. And of course, and first and foremost, thank you to all that have served our country and for our veterans across the country. Hopefully enjoy your day. Today's forecast made possible by ServPro. Water or fire damage, mold, storm repair, call or click servpro.com today. 3 locations in Monroe, West Monroe, Shreveport, Natchez to better serve you. Visible satellite is crystal clear. So again, if you have outdoor festivities for Veterans Day, I know there's plenty of stuff ongoing across the region. Rain will not be a part of the forecast today. And a check of the radar. Of course, all your radar products made possible by Brown's Roofing, the exclusive roofing partner of the Digital Weather Desk. And it shows clear skies. Even the snowfall that we had across eastern Tennessee has moved out. Seeing some snow showers across the northeast, but that's really no bother to us. Temperatures across the area here at lunchtime, or right at lunchtime. 53 in Monroe. 54 in El Dorado, 57 in Camden. Again, the winds are back out of the south, and they are a bit breezy at times, and that's led to a noticeable warming trend. Most spots a good 5 to 10 plus degrees warmer than we were at this point yesterday. So obviously, those southerly winds lead the warming trend. Speaking of, there they are. And again, generally running in the 10 to 15 mile an hour range sustained, gusts up to 20 miles per hour or higher, not out of the question as we go through the rest of the afternoon. Quick check of the drought monitor. We only get one of these a week, and we get those on Thursday, but just a reminder of how dry it is across the area, and the lack of rainfall continues to be problematic. A look at the rainfall totals over the last 30 days. Again, we're aiming typically for about 100% of our normal rainfall, and a lot of areas have achieved that, but it was kind of in the early part of that 30-day pattern, and we have, again, in the last 2 weeks, hit the dry spots and need the rainfall. So fire weather risk probably increased across a good chunk of the region. Not enough to the point where we're seeing alerts or anything, fire weather risks and stuff like that, but it's higher than normal. Again, dry soil, some breezy conditions. Now, those winds are out of the south, and that helps humidity values. But again, I would consider the fire weather risk higher than normal across the area. So, grammar aside, don't burn nothing. I know, that's a double negative. And double negatives do not cancel each other out. They just accent the negative, so don't burn anything. Look at futurecasts as we go through the morning hours tomorrow. I would not be surprised to see some low clouds sneak back in. In fact, some computer models are suggesting that we could run into a lot of low clouds tomorrow morning. Others are not as aggressive. Either way, we should see at least some sunshine mix in with the clouds as we go through the afternoon, and that southerly and southwesterly wind continues to lead the warming trend. You see some spotty rainfall here and there on the forecast. I wouldn't really consider that a big concern. If we do run into anything, it would be rather spotty. There is a weak front that teases the area Thursday, kind of just stalls to the north, and then the southerly winds just push it back out of our area as we go through the afternoon hours on Saturday. And the rest of the week continues on that same trend, and with not a whole lot of significant change now going into the weekend. Claudia, good afternoon to you. Janie says there ain't no such thing as a double negative. Ain't a word because it ain't in the dictionary. That's what I always said growing up. People don't get it, but I do, and that's all that matters. Water vapor imagery shows the relatively dry northwesterly flow aloft. There is a little bit of a ripple in that pattern, and that's what's going to perhaps nudge that weak boundary our direction as we head toward the middle parts of this week. Actually, it's a secondary disturbance. That's the weak disturbance. Doesn't look like much, does it? And again, to the untrained eye, you probably wouldn't see it there. But there's this little weak disturbance that makes its way through the Red River Valley. Again, the boundary itself kind of stalls across the region. We bring some drier air in and a big ridge of high pressure in the short term. It's kind of a transitional ridge. It doesn't hang out for very long, but it looks to be strong enough as it sets up and shifts eastward out over the Gulf that it may be strong enough for this big storm system that we were talking about this weekend. Instead of it digging into our area, it may just kind of get reflected back out to the northeast, just kind of bounce off this ridge of high pressure and continue well north of our area. You can see that the longer range or the medium to long range simulation here really still tries to bring that disturbance through the mid-Mississippi Valley Monday into Tuesday. That's a far cry from Saturday, Sunday. So, again, we still don't have a lot of confidence regarding the forecast for the early parts of next week, but I will note that the rain chances have been dropped considerably for the upcoming weekend. So when yesterday I told you don't cancel your outdoor plans yet, I meant that because not a whole lot of change there. There is a lot of change there, and it means no rainfall. Daytime highs today reach the low to mid-60s. Again, winds will be breezy out of the south. It'll be chilly tonight, but nowhere near as cold as we've been. Everyone stays above freezing as lows fall into the mid to upper 40s, well above freezing at that note. And winds again continue out of the south. Look at the 7-day forecast made possible by 3B Hardware. Again, the rest of your Veterans Day is very nice, but a sharp warming trend thereafter into the mid-70s tomorrow, upper 70s for Thursday, and near 80 degrees for the upcoming weekend. But again, we've pushed those rain chances for the most part out of the weekend for now. It could creep back in. But for now, it looks like that storm system looks to be a Monday-Tuesday problem instead of a Sunday-Monday or a Saturday-Sunday type of problem. And it does look to kind of evolve and change the pattern to the point that we could run into additional storm threats late next week. Again, not a lot of details, just kind of looking at the trends. And the second half of the month of November looks a little bit more active than the first half has treated us. That's a look at the forecast. Oh, my screen melted. I'll fix that. But that's a look at the forecast as we go through the rest of the day. There it is. It's fixed. Too Long Didn't Read was out. It's already out. It was at 9:30. Your fishing game comes out at 8 p.m. tonight. I'll join you at around 4:30, 5 o'clock-ish this evening as we take a look at the forecast and kind of a refresh look at everything. I'll update the forecast between now and then again. Just updated all of that information on the app about 30 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago or so. So if you have not checked out the forecast on the app, it's been refreshed, all new data. You're going to look at it and probably go, looks the same to me, because not a lot's changed. The numbers change, but the general forecast and thought process stays the same. Thanks so much for stopping by the Digital Weather Desk on this Veterans Day. And as always, we're glad you're here. Check out the app. Check out digitalweatherdesk.com. That's where you can get the chunky snow hats and the Too Long Didn't Read hats. The chunky snow, those hats are going to probably fly off the shelves at some point this wintertime if we get some chunky snow. It's not in the forecast. But maybe somewhere down the road. All right. Have a great rest of the day. I'll catch you later this afternoon.